Hello and welcome to Star Citizen Sunday. This is a weekly show which covers all the news from Star Citizen from the week just past. I am your host Mac, so let's get on with it. This week there is a huge ship update. ATV introduces us to a new mission giver in Hurston, plus they address the reason for why ships in-game cost the amount that they do. So, Calling All Devs was back. First question was, how long should it take to earn a ship in the finished game? Now, he did say, and it's true, this is a very loaded question and has lots of facets going into it. He can't say exactly how long it'll take for each ship, but with each ship, they do try to figure out the time to earn. Is it 3 hours? Is it 1 hour? Is it days? But depending on what you do and your ability, this will alter. Obviously, if you are not doing anything to earn cash, it'll take you longer than running tons of missions and earning the bread. Now, they have obviously put out the ship prices recently in game. The community, they say, was pretty much split down the middle. Some thought they were too much, others thought they were not enough. They aimed the prices more to what to expect from them once the game is complete, rather than reflecting the current build, meaning there's still a lot more to come in terms of economy, missions, and earning UEC per minute. Now, they're looking into good ways to help players in the current alpha earn ships now, maybe adjusting the current earning levels, as obviously at the moment the average mission pays out between 4 and 1,000 UEC, which is very low when you consider the pricing of even a single-seater ship like the Prospector at 1.7 million. They're still working on many ways to earn income. Only having mining, slight choices of missions, and very, very early work in progress of trading isn't enough, but Stanton itself is a pretty low risk area. Generally, this means you're going to get low rewards. Don't expect easy, safe jobs to earn you enough for a hammerhead quickly. High risk jobs are where the majority of highly paid jobs will be, like in the real world. Introducing these high risk jobs now may not be representative of actual jobs in Stanton in the final game, but it should help players attain more UEC in the current build. They're also doing lots of ways of figuring out the value of each ship. Ships with more hard points generally cost more, or more component locations, more seats, more cargo space. Everything affects the ship's value in some way. They're also working out how the materials go into each ship may affect its price, like the Constellation Phoenix, for example, being made out of better materials, which gives it a higher price tag. Eventually, the value of something will be representative of everything that goes into making that item. A fancy high-end shield generator will cost more because it requires harder to mine materials, for example. They don't want things to cost more purely because it's better. Everything will be linked to the entire economic chain, down to the rocks that they are mined from, the amount of time and labour it takes to create that item. It's all affected, which will help with the long-term economy, driving gameplay and demands, changing prices of items, weapons, clothing, and also ships. It is nice to hear that they are looking into ways to help current players playing the game now to achieve buying ships in-game from running jobs. I see many people currently calculating the length of time or number of missions it'll take to buy a ship, and doing that this early on in development when the economy and missions are so premature is just a waste of time. But anyway, it's nice that they have addressed that situation. The second question for Calling All Devs was, what are your plans on how physicalized inventories will be implemented? Now, if you didn't know, what they want eventually is so that the space you have on your person, or if you have a bag or more pockets, will determine how much you can carry. Also, having things like ship storage, player hubs, these will also help you to attain and hold more of your acquired items. Being able to just flick open your Mobiglass and have everything you've ever bought is not going to be in the final game. This is to do with global persistence tech, and that is tied in with server-side object container streaming and server meshing. Now that we have client object container streaming, they are looking at server-side OCS, and what that needs, one of the big things it does need, is global persistence. If, for example, a part of the universe is streamed out of the server, when it's streamed back in, everything that was present on that part of the universe needs to come back, which means persistence is needed. So, for example, if you leave something at an outpost, it will remain there until you return, or obviously if someone comes along and takes it. They have a lot of little details needed to figure this out, but as they attack server-side OCS, we should see more in regards to global persistence coming alongside this. So lockers, for example, storing things in lockers, new carrying locomotion animations, and hopefully in 3.6 physicalized player inventories. I am actually working on separate videos talking about both of these questions and subjects in a little more detail to help you or others understand what is required and what it means when when it finally arrives. If this interests you, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out. So on Around the Verse this week, they kicked off by looking at one of ArcCore's moon, Lyria. Environmental Art are working on its various ecosystems, and it does look very unique and quite interesting. Also looks quite dangerous, but also it could have some good mineable crystals, maybe? We'll have to wait and see with the Prospector. Now, Environmental Art are also working on the central business district of Lorville, which includes the large building of Lorville, the Hurston family's HQ. The interior brings a bit more culture to the PU. It all feels completely different to anything else we have in game. It's more about the Hurston family who own the planet, sort of showing off. Not like the rest of Lorville. It is very elegant. The train station, they say, is kind of small, but it leads into the main hall, which is huge and features this gigantic statue of Archibald Hurston, and many of Hurston's weapons encased on display. To the right of this room, you will see the HD showcase. This is a place where you can buy all of Hurston's weapons, similar to a car dealership, but instead of cars, obviously, it is weapons on display. This, I feel, is a very nice touch. Being able to walk around and specifically get Hurston weapons from Hurston, I think is a really good idea. On the left is the transfers room, or the trade stations, and the mission giver. So the trade station is a very large and very structural, quite daunting looking room. It's got two areas. The bottom floor, which if you look down on, it's kind of like a Wall Street style trading floor. You can see AI going about their business. And the first floor, which looks over it, is where all the panels are for us to sell commodities and whatnot. There's a room at the back as well, which is for Constantine Hurston. Now, this is a member of the family who is working his way up the ladder, kind of working night and day to try and earn his place. He is to be a new mission giver with the CBD in 3.4. We did get to see as well how Constantine came together, from the 3D scan to the modelling to the final, and I'm looking forward to seeing him. It's nice to see all these different mission givers coming to fruition quite quickly, populating the universe with various unique characters that are all unique. You know, they're not like just replicas of other people. But to finish up with, they say the prop team is set dressing with bureaucratic props, obviously more business looking for Hurston, and you can see these offices and things. It looks, I'm really excited for this. Although Lorville is a cool place already, it is so much more different to the rest of Lorville, which is, you know, dingy and dark and dank. This is looking more elegant, adding a bit more character to the landing location. Anyway, that was Around the Verse, guys. Do let me know your thoughts on this. Let's move on. So with Reverse the Verse this week containing a lot of ship information and lasting about an hour and a half, I decided it would be best to create a separate dedicated video covering the ship shape in more detail rather than putting it here on Star Citizen Sunday. This will come out on Monday or Tuesday, and it'll just cover everything that we heard on our TV, so be sure to keep an eye out for that one. So also this week, there was a new op.net post titled Combat Haggling. I am yet to read this, so please no spoilers. Plus, the November monthly report is released. I am currently working through this for a separate video. If you would like to read it yourself, though, the link is below in the description. So that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and share the video with all your friends. If you like what I do and want to help me make it better, follow the link below to my Patreon page to learn more.